Hey, this is Lacey, your Las Vegas gal, here with amazing Amber Coleman.
That's I'm so excited to be here. Amazing. I like it.
The amazing Amber Coleman. We are coming to you live, as we like to do. We're trying to do these on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. We're pretty good at it most of the time.
I've missed you guys for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. We've both been out of town, or I've been out of town. So we're back, baby, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this kind of interesting market, I would say. The last couple of sessions we've done have been all about how crazy the market is. And we've definitely tried to explain that to you. But today we're really just going to jump right into some client experiences that we've had, what we're seeing. And really, I just want to make sure that people know what to expect, I think.
Yeah, I think it's important to know what to expect out there.
And what's our vibe? We always want to say that we want to bring hope to you. We want these messages to come to you.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You
with hope.
This.
So there's going to be a little doom and gloom that you're going to hear during this conversation today. Do not let that deter you. Just know that we're coming to you to let you know in advance, because we're preparers. We're planners. We want to make sure that you know what you're stepping into, so that the experience is as good as possible. So Amber, let's talk loans for a minute. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of loans and interest rates, and kind of all the stuff that you're seeing happen as it relates to this. Not crazy, but very interesting market.
Keeps you on your toes, market.
I'm standing on point shoes, as I used to do when I was a ballet dancer back in the day.
You got this.
I will start doing ballet for you all if you want. But point shoes aside, what are we seeing? What's going on with the loans?
So with the loan world, basically, like in February, March, we saw rates just kind of go like this. And I honestly, I did get a little scared. I was like, oh crap, how are they going to go? But then in April, we've seen them calm down, and they've even dropped a little bit.
Okay.
So last week when that news came out about, did you hear about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine?
The vaccination that they stopped allowing to be.
That they stopped using. So when that came out, like I always say, negative news is usually better rates. Positive news is usually higher rates, right?
Okay.
So there was a little bit of a kind of a stop in the jumping up of rates, which was kind of nice for the rate's sake, But yeah, we have gotten a little bit calmer, and they started going down just a little bit right now.
So when we say calmer, I know that we cannot quote rates, and that's very, very important that you know that your rate will be different from mine, from hers. We're all different. So we're very much speaking in generalities, and knowing that, when we talk rates, for a while there, they were in the twos, the low twos, mid twos. People were going crazy. It was free money.
Crazy. Yeah, it was crazy how low they got.
Then you were starting to see them creep into the low threes, which is still amazingly low, right? Mm-hmm. Are we feeling like we're balancing sort of between the 3 and 4 range, or are we dipping into the twos still?
Yeah, we're still dipping into the twos.
That's
depending on the program, depending on what you're doing, like your situation individually, but we're still dipping in there. So they're still really pretty, and I was very happy to see that little, you never want bad news to happen.
I love that you called the rates pretty rates, first of all. That's so
pretty.
You. I love you for saying.
We love pretty stuff,
we love
right?
Pretty rates. While we're talking
rainbows and
pretty and sunshines and unicorns, and I love that. Listen, we want you to ask us questions while we're live. So do me a favor, while we're speaking, we have our sweet friend Genevieve, who's running the comment section for us. Do us a favor. Drop your question down below, please, please, please. And as you know, what's our saying? We always say, if you want to get in touch with us, if you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas, if you want to talk more about the loans and find out what you would get, we want you to do what?
Click the link below. We love saying that.
Back to rainbow sunshines, and we just ate lunch, so forgive me if I'm like picking food out of my teeth.
I know, I feel like I have stuff in my teeth, so just ignore it.
We're gonna start having lunch with you. Lunch with Lacey and Amber
that
each
sounds
week.
Like a good idea. I love it.
So with these pretty rates that we're seeing, I love to hear that there are still people who are able to take advantage of something that's under the 3 mark, which is genuinely like free money, genuinely. What about
depending on the loan?
Yeah, of course.
Say
well, I would say depending on the loan, but what about other programs? So I know that a lot of people just are assuming, because things are really in a heightened space right now, that free money is not available and loan grants are not available.
No, they're still available. They haven't taken away any of those. In fact,
hold on. What? Free money is still available, even though this crazy market is in place? That's awesome news.
That is, yeah.
Good.
I mean, and honestly, sometimes the free money is being utilized. Well, I should say grant program is being utilized a little bit more, because like a lot of times people are having to come out of appraised value, right? So like if the appraisal comes in low, then we can add a grant to help with the down payment. And then you keep the money for a difference in appraisal and then the closing costs, right?
I'm doing my little happy grant.
Yeah. So just a way to make it work if the appraisal doesn't come in.
Okay.
I love the happy dance.
I'm sorry, but it's the grant dance. That's happy grant dance.
I'm gonna have to learn it too then.
I'm gonna work on
that
that
grant dance.
That's awesome. And I think that that's like the best news out of this conversation among some of the things we're going to share with you in a few minutes about how we're strategizing to get you to help win the offer, win the house.
Mm-hmm.
But from a perspective when it comes to the money, which is where it's all at, honey, the money,
you gotta have the money.
Gotta have the money. We're starting with the money. Grants are available. Free money type programs are still open and awesome and wonderful. And the reality is that you can still buy a house and get a really great rate depending on the program, of course, depending on your situation. So yes, great news. Check, 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 check. Good news. Bing. We're good to go on those, right?
We are good to go.
Let's talk about what it means to actually be shopping for the house, because that's the process, I believe, that has been the most difficult, I would say, just to be very blunt and very honest. In the last couple of months, we have seen people excited, right? We've been building you up for 4 years, doing this channel for a couple of years. We're just stoked. We're getting you pumped. You're ready to live your best Las Vegas life. And you arrive in town, your purse on your shoulder or your fanny pack. I don't know what that dudes carry, whatever. And you're excited because it's time to shop. And then you start to put offers on homes and you get a decline and then a decline and then a decline and then a decline. And all you're hearing is no and rejection and negative. And no matter what, it just feels like, what's going on? First question is, my realtor's not doing their job, or my lender didn't tell me this, or why, how come I didn't expect that? Whatever, right? We want to squash all those questions right now and just tell you we are all in this with you, and all of us are in this together.